There's a much easier way to explain this. Getting a credit card is kind of a taboo subject here in college. No one really tells you the importance of having one at such a young age. So allow me. This is your guide to getting your first credit card. Sometimes it can be tricky to apply for a credit card, as there's this Catch22 rule that says you need credit in order to get credit. But if you have someone co-sign with you, or if you make enough money to undo the risk, sometimes they're going to approve you anyway. So if you make enough money, go ahead and try your luck. So there are tons of cards out there. You have store cards, cash cards, low interest cards, and a ton more that doesn't really matter. And sometimes it can be overwhelming to make the right choice. But if you do, some of them are actually going to pay you to use their card. And I'll show you how. So now that you have your shiny new card, sometimes it can be tempting to do this. Stop. Put it down. There's a couple of things you should know. First of all, having a credit card means that you're borrowing someone else's money. It's not yours. But if you use it wisely, this can be one of the fastest ways to grow your credit score. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to use your credit card wisely. Step number one is just buying the things that you already use, like gas, groceries, and whatever small things that you need. That money's already put off to the side in your budget, and so when you use your credit card, a couple days later you can just pay it off and you're good. Tip number two is paying off your credit card in full at the end of each month. Now, interest only really accrues if you don't pay off your balance in full, so if you do, that's a big plus for you. And if you have a rewards or a cash card, it's basically like they're paying you to use their card. I'm not going to argue with free money. Step number three is check your balances every day. Now, you should be doing this with your bank account anyways, just to make sure that no one's doing any fraudulent charges on your account. But this is a good habit to get into. If something doesn't look right, you should call the credit card companies because they're actually really good about fraud charges, and sometimes they're even better than your bank. That's something to keep in mind whenever you're making purchases. Step number four is staying within 30% of your credit max. So if you have a $500 limit, you really don't want to spend over $150. The way this is calculated into your credit score can be kind of tricky, and I'll cover it in another video. But all you need to know is that you should just stay within 30% of your credit max. So there you have it. Follow these steps on your first credit card, and you're going to be on your way to credit success. I'm going to be making future videos on how credit works in general, so if you want to see that, go ahead and drop a like and hit that subscribe button if you're ready to see more. As always, thank you, take care, and I will see you soon.